수상하신 모든 분들 무대 위로 저희가
Lovely viewers, welcome back to another emotional and breathtaking moment in the beautiful story of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo. This time, the entire entertainment world was left speechless when Lee Min-ho, usually known for his calm, confident presence, got emotional and teared up while thanking his beloved wife Song Hye Kyo during a highly anticipated press conference. It was one of those moments that felt so genuine, so deeply heartfelt, that everyone in the room, including reporters, staff and fans watching the live stream, couldn't hold back their own tears. The event took place earlier today, where Lee Min-ho appeared before a massive crowd of journalists and fans to promote his latest project. Dressed in a sharp black suit, his eyes gentle but full of emotion, he began the conference as usual, greeting everyone politely, smiling occasionally, and speaking with the grace that his fans love. But as the questions turned personal, as someone mentioned how much his life had changed since marriage and fatherhood, something inside him shifted. His voice softened, his eyes shimmered, and for a moment he paused. Lovely viewers, it was in that quiet pause that everyone could feel something powerful coming. Then it happened. Lee Min-ho took a deep breath, smiled shyly and said, "There's someone I need to thank from the bottom of my heart, someone who has been my strength every day." The crowd fell silent. Cameras zoomed in. Reporters stopped typing. He looked down for a second, trying to hold himself together, but his voice cracked slightly as he continued. "Song Hye Kyo, my wife, my everything. She's the reason I'm standing here today with peace in my heart." Lovely viewers, the emotion in his voice was so raw, so full of love, that it instantly melted everyone's hearts. He went on to describe how much she means to him, saying, "In this industry, it's easy to lose yourself, but she keeps me grounded. She reminds me of who I am when the lights go out and the cameras stop rolling. She believes in me even when I doubt myself. I owe every calm smile, every bit of peace I have to her." And as he said that, his eyes glistened with tears. He blinked rapidly, trying to stay composed, but one tear slipped down his cheek, and that one moment set social media on fire. Fans around the world began sharing screenshots, captions reading things like, "True love still exists," and Lee Min-ho crying over his love for Song Hye Kyo is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Song Hye Kyo wasn't present at the press conference, but within minutes, her name started trending everywhere. Fans began wondering if she was watching the event live, and not long after, eagle-eyed viewers noticed something incredibly touching. Song Hye Kyo had liked a fan post that shared a clip of that exact emotional moment. That simple gesture confirmed what everyone already knew. She was watching and she was proud. After a brief moment of silence, Lee Min-ho wiped his tears, chuckled softly and said, "I didn't mean to cry, she always teases me when I get emotional. But I guess when you love someone this much, it's hard to hold it in." The entire hall erupted into gentle applause. Even the reporters, who are used to seeing celebrities in every kind of mood, couldn't help but clap, moved by his vulnerability and sincerity. Lovely viewers, it was no longer just a press conference. It had turned into a public love letter, one that no script could ever capture. As the conference continued, one journalist asked him what inspires him most about Song Hye Kyo, and his answer was as poetic as it was heartfelt. He said, "Her heart. She gives so much love to everyone around her, not just me. Watching her be a mother, a daughter, and a woman who stays true to herself, that's my daily inspiration. She doesn't even realize how much light she brings into my world." And once again, you could hear a collective sigh across the room. It wasn't just what he said, it was how he said it, with the kind of honesty that can't be faked. Lovely viewers, soon after the event ended, several reporters described what they saw behind the scenes. They said that as Lee Min-ho walked off stage, he took a moment to sit quietly, take a deep breath and look at his phone. One of his staff members reportedly whispered that he was reading a text message from Song Hye Kyo. Fans can only imagine what she might have written. Perhaps something as simple and comforting as, "I'm proud of you," or "You did well." Whatever it was, witnesses said a small smile returned to his face after reading it, and he said softly, "That's all I needed to hear." Within minutes, every major entertainment site in Korea and beyond was flooded with headlines like, Lee Min-ho tears up while thanking wife Song Hye Kyo. A moment of pure love. And Lee Min-ho's emotional words for Song Hye Kyo leave fans in tears. Social media was overflowing with fan reactions. Some shared crying emojis, others made heartfelt edits of their love story through the years, and many simply wrote, "This is what love looks like." Lovely viewers, it's not the first time Lee Min-ho has spoken beautifully about Song Hye Kyo, but this time felt different. This wasn't a rehearsed answer or a casual mention. This was raw emotion spilling out in front of the world. It showed how deeply he treasures her, how their bond has grown beyond romance into something that defines who they are. Fans have always admired their chemistry, but today, they got to witness the depth of his devotion. And while Song Hye Kyo didn't make any public comment afterward, insiders revealed that when Lee Min-ho returned home later that evening, she greeted him with a warm hug and said, "I saw it. You made me cry." Reportedly, he smiled and told her, "Then we're even," before they both laughed together. That small exchange, intimate, real, and full of love, was later shared by someone close to the couple, confirming that even in private, their connection is just as strong as it appears in public. Lovely viewers, as the night went on, fans noticed something even sweeter. Lee Min-ho updated his Instagram story with a simple black and white photo of a coffee cup and two intertwined hands resting on the table. The caption read, "For every word I said today, thank you for being my reason." It was subtle, elegant, and completely in character for him, showing his love not through grand gestures, but through quiet, meaningful moments. Within minutes, Song Hye Kyo liked the story, and fans couldn't help but flood the internet with messages saying, "This is love goals," and their bond keeps getting stronger. Many fans also praised Lee Min-ho for breaking the stereotype of the emotionless leading man. One fan tweeted, "He showed that real men cry, real men love, and real men aren't afraid to say thank you to the women who changed their lives." It's moments like this that remind everyone why Lee Min-ho remains not just a superstar, but a deeply respected human being. His vulnerability, his honesty, and his gratitude are what make him so endearing to fans all over the world. In the following hours, the emotional clip from the press conference became one of the most watched videos online, amassing millions of views in just a few hours. Comment sections overflowed with love and admiration. One fan wrote, "This is the most beautiful thank you I've ever heard. Not for show, but from the soul." Another said, "You can feel how real their love is. It's not just words, it's in his tears, his tone, his entire being." Even the cameras that were flashing non-stop seemed to pause for a heartbeat, as if the entire room needed a moment to process what had just happened. Song Hye Kyo's eyes softened as she looked at him, visibly moved by the depth of emotion pouring from his heart. She didn't say a word, but the look they shared in that instant was more powerful than any statement. It was full of gratitude, love, and an unspoken understanding that they had been through so much together. Lee Min-ho wiped a tear from his cheek and smiled through it, a small, shaky smile that melted hearts instantly. He took a deep breath and continued, "You know, it's not easy to stand here and talk about everything we've been through, professionally and personally. But when someone truly believes in you, when they stand by you in moments you doubt yourself, it changes you forever. Song Hye Kyo has been that person for me." The audience immediately broke into applause, some clapping softly while others stood in admiration. The sincerity in his tone touched everyone present, fans, reporters, and even the event organizers. Song Hye Kyo, trying to maintain composure, reached for a tissue and dabbed her eyes gently. The press conference that was supposed to be about their new drama had turned into one of the most touching public displays of appreciation between two people who had weathered countless storms together. A reporter from one of Korea's biggest entertainment outlets gently raised her hand and asked, "Lee Min-ho Sasai, it's rare to see you this emotional. What makes Song Hye Kyo so special to you?" The question carried genuine curiosity, and all eyes were glued to him as he took another deep breath before answering. He smiled faintly and looked at Song Hye Kyo again. "She makes me want to be better," he said softly. "Not just as an actor but as a man. There's something about her presence. She doesn't even need to say much. Just being around her gives me peace, clarity, and the kind of comfort you can't describe with words. I guess that's what love and respect feel like when they're real. The crowd gasped quietly at his last sentence. Cameras flashed again, capturing every emotional detail. The glisten in his eyes, her shy but warm smile, and the way their hands brushed briefly on the table. Fans watching the live stream from all around the world began flooding the comment section with heart emojis, teary-eyed gifs, and endless supportive messages. "This is real love," one fan wrote. "They are the most genuine couple ever," another commented. The internet was exploding with admiration as clips of Lee Min-ho's emotional confession spread like wildfire. Within minutes, Lee Min-ho thanks song Hye Kyo began trending across major platforms in Korea, Japan, and even the Philippines. Meanwhile, song Hye Kyo finally gathered the courage to respond. She laughed softly and said, "Min-ho always has a way of making people cry, including me." The audience chuckled warmly at her attempt to lighten the mood. She continued, "But honestly, I should be the one thanking him. He's been my greatest partner on this project and one of the kindest souls I've met in this industry. It's easy to give your best when someone treats you with such respect and patience." Her words added another wave of emotion to the already charged atmosphere. The reporter seemed almost hesitant to ask more questions, afraid of disrupting the tender energy in the room. Lee Min-ho reached out slightly and placed his hand over hers for a brief moment, a gesture so small yet so intimate that fans would replay that second endlessly later online. The entire hall erupted in cheers again. Some of their colleagues even stood to applaud them, touched by the authenticity that's rarely seen in such high-profile events. As the press conference drew to a close, the host invited the couple to pose for a few photos together. When they stood side by side, Lee Min-ho looked at Song Hye Kyo with admiration that couldn't be faked. He leaned slightly toward her and whispered something that made her blush. The cameras caught that moment perfectly, and it quickly became the highlight of every media article that followed. Fans speculated endlessly about what he had said. Some thought it was a sweet compliment, others believed it was a private expression of gratitude. After the event, as they were about to leave, Song Hye Kyo placed her hand gently on his arm and whispered, "You didn't have to thank me like that in front of everyone." Lee Min-ho chuckled and replied softly, "I did. You've done more than you know, Hye Kyo. It was time people saw that." She smiled at him, eyes glistening once again. The subtle exchange was enough to make the staff nearby exchange knowing looks. Everyone could feel that this wasn't just a professional bond anymore. It was something much deeper, more meaningful. Outside the venue, fans lined up along the red carpet screaming their names, holding banners that read, "We love you, Min Kyo." The couple waved at them, their smiles brighter than the flashlights flickering everywhere. Even after they entered their car, Lee Min-ho turned back to wave once more, his heart still full from the outpouring of love he had experienced inside. Later that evening, Lee Min-ho took to Instagram to share a heartfelt post. It was a simple photo from the press conference, him looking at Song Hye Kyo with tearful eyes, and his caption read, "Sometimes gratitude speaks louder than words. Thank you always." Within minutes, the post went viral, amassing millions of likes and comments. Song Hye Kyo responded with a single heart emoji and a quote, "You make every journey worthwhile." Fans completely lost it. Lovely viewers, can you imagine the kind of deep connection these two share? It's rare to see someone express such genuine emotion in public, especially in an industry known for its composure and restraint. But Lee Min-ho shattered that wall, showing the world that love, appreciation, and respect can shine brighter than any scripted moment. Lovely viewers, if you watched that moment live, you'd know exactly why fans described it as magical. The way he looked at her wasn't just professional admiration. There was something deeper there, something that couldn't be rehearsed or faked. Even Song Hye Kyo's subtle hand gesture, the way she gently touched his sleeve as he spoke, carried a tenderness that left everyone wondering if they were witnessing the blossoming of a real love story right before their eyes. After the event, sources close to the actors revealed that Lee Min-ho had actually been nervous the entire morning before the press conference. One insider shared, "He kept reading his notes, but eventually decided to speak from the heart instead of sticking to the script. That's why his emotions poured out the way they did. It was all genuine, and it showed every pause, every word, every tear. It wasn't about publicity. It was about gratitude, about love. Meanwhile, Hye Kyo, known for her calm and graceful presence, reportedly checked on Min-ho right after they left the stage. Witnesses claimed she patted his back gently and whispered, "You did well." He smiled, responding softly, "You're the reason I could." That quiet moment backstage, unseen by cameras but described later by those who were there, became the subject of hundreds of fan edits online. The emotional connection between them seemed undeniable. The following morning, news outlets filled their front pages with emotional headlines. Lee Min-ho breaks down in tears thanking Hye Kyo, read one. Another headline captured the essence perfectly. More than co-stars? Lee Min-ho's emotional confession melts millions. Even television shows discussed the moment, with panelists debating whether it was professional gratitude or a genuine display of affection. Lovely viewers, here's where things get even more interesting. Later that week, the couple attended a promotional interview for their drama, and reporters noticed how much closer they seemed. They laughed easily, exchanged playful glances, and even finished each other's sentences. At one point, when Hye Kyo stumbled slightly on her words, Lee Min-ho gently teased her, saying, "You've already made me cry once this week, don't make me laugh too hard too." The audience burst into laughter, but fans noticed the way he said it, with warmth, familiarity, and affection that couldn't be missed. Social media lit up again. Some fans wrote, "They're acting like newlyweds already." Others commented, "There's no way this is just acting. Look at how they look at each other." Every shared video clip added fuel to the already burning curiosity about whether something romantic was blooming between them. That night, Hye Kyo posted a behind-the-scenes photo from the press conference on her own social media page. It showed her and Lee Min-ho sharing a quiet laugh, unaware of the camera. Her caption, just 3 words, "Grateful for today." Fans flooded the comments, asking if the post was directed at him. Within minutes, Lee Min-ho liked the photo, and that simple act sent fans into a frenzy. "He liked it first," trended worldwide on X, formerly Twitter. Lovely viewers, isn't it fascinating how even the smallest gestures can speak louder than words? The way these two interact lately, the smiles, the stolen glances, the genuine support, it's giving everyone reason to believe that their connection goes far beyond their on-screen partnership. A few days later, during another interview, Lee Min-ho was asked about the emotional speech again. He smiled shyly and said, "Sometimes when you work with someone who inspires you deeply, emotions just take over. I don't regret it at all." When the interviewer playfully asked if that inspiration extended beyond their work, he paused for a moment, smiled again and replied, "Some things are better felt than explained." The room erupted with laughter, but fans noticed the slight blush on his face. Hye Kyo, in her own quiet way, later supported him during a Q&A session. When asked what she thought about Lee Min-ho's emotional thank you, she said softly, "It made me realize how lucky I am to work with someone who isn't afraid to be real." That single sentence was replayed endlessly across fan accounts. It wasn't just about admiration. It sounded like affection wrapped in sincerity. Lovely viewers, you could almost feel the universe aligning for these two. People who had followed their journeys for years, through challenges, heartbreaks, and incredible careers, couldn't help but root for them. It wasn't just about their undeniable chemistry on screen anymore. It was about the tenderness and mutual respect that radiated off-screen. Later, fans who attended a private fan signing event reported that Lee Min-ho was seen glancing at Hye Kyo several times between autographs, as though just making sure she was okay. One lucky fan overheard him telling her softly, "You're smiling again, that's good." It melted hearts instantly. By the end of that week, entertainment insiders confirmed that the press conference moment had changed the public's perception of their partnership entirely. What was once seen as a simple professional collaboration had evolved into something warmer, more human, and profoundly inspiring. fans began calling them the golden couple of emotions.